And welcome to the second part of Management Information Systems, MN202. My name is Jose-Rodrigo Cordoba-Pachon. You can call me Jose-Rodrigo. I've prepared this recording to give you a summary of the first lecture today, January the 13th, 2010. Unfortunately, I can't be there with you, and I have sent you an email apologizing and cancelling the lecture. So what I will do in this recording is provide a quick summary of the main ideas of the lecture. I will introduce myself, and I will also give you some guidelines for this term. Let me first introduce myself. I joined Royal Holloway School of Management in September 2008, having spent a few more years in another university in the UK, having completed my PhD studies and my postdoctoral studies. Previous to this life in the UK, I was a project manager in Colombia, my home country. I did some software development, also did some business analysis, and ended up helping companies select software solutions. My research is more into the use of systems thinking methodologies to solve complex problems, and I apply those methodologies to problems in information systems. I've been also an entrepreneur with a family business for a number of years, so I can say that I have a practical experience and also academic experience in managing information systems. The orientation I'm going to give to the course this term is more on knowledge, as I believe that good information systems help people to produce and renew and continuously acquire knowledge to help organizations and society in general. I'll be following Loudon and Loudon's 11th edition, this book you can see here. Today we're going to look at chapter 11 on knowledge, and please make sure that you get the readings, a couple of very interesting readings on knowledge I have selected and I have posted in Moodle. As a general rule, I tend to put a lot of interest in my lectures. I hope that you can engage with the lectures as much as I would like you to do and become interested. Some people who have taken this course last year are now doing their final dissertations in areas related to IS, IT, e-commerce, customer relationship management, and other topics we will be covering during this term. Well, the change of term also means that you have moved a little bit in terms of different eras. The first term we can call it the era of information and information systems, so you have learned different approaches to build effectively information systems in organizations. This term moves more into what is happening right now in organizations. Many organizations who have used information technologies now have realized that it's not only the hard technology that matters. The people and the processes help to continuously discover opportunities and continuously provide advantages to organizations. But in order to do so, they need some kind of different asset, and that asset is knowledge. In countries like Japan, talking about knowledge is very important, because knowledge is what makes people valuable, and wisdom, what is derived from knowledge, is what makes managers scale up in the hierarchy. So you can realize that in countries like Japan, experienced managers are very senior, and sometimes they don't speak a lot, but they speak when the right time comes. Imagine if that can apply to organizations. They will know exactly what to do in situations of recession or situations of entering into new markets. But everyone needs information systems and technologies, because that's where knowledge can be shared and can be codified. We also need, as people and processes to help that knowledge circulate as if we were circulating a valuable asset in organizations. The work of Porter that you will see in your slides, I think it's slide number 6, 7, 8, 9, talks about the value chain, and that's perhaps the first version that we have of knowledge, more in the 80s. Porter was very strategic, and he was saying that organizations need to work on different parts of this chain in order to gain advantage and provide value to customers. So you could design information systems to support any of the processes that are there, like inbound logistics, operations, sales, marketing, service, and outbound logistics. The end is to generate some profit, and that profit is generated when the customer sees value in what we are doing and is willing to pay for it. A more recent version of that is what you will have in the knowledge chain slide, derived from Loudon and Loudon, page 444. He doesn't talk about value change, but he talks about knowledge change, and it goes in line with what is happening right now. Value is now being created through knowledge, and people have knowledge that we can tap into to design new products, new services, to solve problems in organizations. It's just a question of having an open environment that allows organizations and people to share that knowledge and exploit it. I mentioned previously the case of Japan, and that's where Ijujiro Nonaka is based. His book on the knowledge creating company is very essential to understand the nature of knowledge. He designs processes and systems that allow the capturing of that knowledge and the use throughout the organization. In the slide before last of your presentation, what you have is different processes of converting tacit knowledge into explicit knowledge. In other words, tapping into people's minds and using what they know for the benefit of the organization. It's not a question of only asking them to do so, but creating the right environment. And many organizations have that environment where people feel very free to share what they know. Other organizations are less effective, and people hold on into their knowledge because they believe that knowledge is power. So to conclude this summary, we need to look at what is the role of information systems there. Systems can help some of the activities of knowledge. If you look at the knowledge chain slide, there are systems to help in the acquisition, in the storage, dissemination, and application of knowledge. I've given some examples in other slides, in the slide of knowledge system. I've also said that knowledge workers need appropriate environment. And I've given some definitions of knowledge, but I would like you to think about your own definition of knowledge, what it means, and how you use knowledge in your daily life. You could have knowledge in many different electronic devices, in your mobile phone, in your computer, but it's not knowledge unless you know how to use it, unless you know that it helps you solve some problems, and unless there is a connection between your activities, the information that is stored in those devices, and what you want to achieve. Ideally, you should also think that good acquisition of knowledge and good use of knowledge and good renewal of knowledge will lead to what people call wisdom. That's perhaps an ideal to achieve. But it might be worth thinking about how wisdom can be developed in organization and how the information systems can help us. In the next topics, we will introduce some technologies that are help people to make decisions, and we will call them decision support systems, groupware systems. They don't necessarily make you wiser, but maybe they will help you to take better decisions. And if you reflect on those decisions, probably you become a little bit more knowledgeable on the first hand, and also a little bit wiser. That's what we want you to develop throughout this term. Thank you.